As the number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing. Remember, wear your mask when going out in public and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to Info Hub for Friday, April 17. Thanks for joining us. We begin with some good news. Minister of Finance, the Honorable Winston Jordan, says that Guyana's economic growth is projected to be in the double digits, even as the coalition government leads the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. Finance Minister Winston Jordan says that despite facing the dampening effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the post-election political uncertainties, Guyana's gross domestic product is projected to have what could be its best growth rate ever.
And that varies from roughly 52% in the case of the World Bank IDB's estimate to as much as 60% in some other circles. These again are estimates and they're based on how we see things playing out towards the end of the year. These are very fluid estimates and they could change. But I could still tell you, no matter how they change, we will enjoy easily the best growth rate in our recent history.
Minister Jordan estimated the current GDP expansion at approximately 50%, thanks mainly to the oil and gas sector and related activities. Only Ghana and the Dominican Republic are expected to show positive growth in 2020 in the region. Referencing any possible stimulus for some within the business sector, especially smaller operations, Minister Jordan noted that the government's focus is on garnering resources to fight the pandemic.
We have had to open centers to receive these different cases, the biggest one being at the Ocean View Convention, Hotel and Convention Center, and retrofitting that facility will cost us in excess of $1 billion. And that will exclude running costs that you will have once the facility gets up and running. So that is, and then you have the other facilities that have been earmarked, the gymnasium, the old GBC facility.
Other COVID-19 expenditure will see more funds being sourced to ensure frontline healthcare professionals are taken care of with gear and in terms of finances. Regular expenditure, such as public service salaries, will also continue. The establishment of an expanded database of the vulnerable, he noted, will be used to guide further interventions. This will now include those laid off, furloughed, who've lost significant income, the self-employed, itinerant vendors, shut-ins, seniors, and the aged.
Once we can get past this political hurdle, then the issue of a real stimulus package, more or less looking at the economy post-COVID, will be occupy our attention in a more studied manner than it is at the moment. Now for an update on the national recount. The chair of the Guyana Elections Commission, retired Justice Claudette Singh, says that there will be no more than 10 workstations for the commission to conduct the national recount of votes cast at the March 2 general and regional elections. This, she notes, is subject to the availability of the requisite equipment and technology to display the ballots. It was further stated that each workstation should tabulate its own results, and for security reasons, all of the workstations should be located inside the Artichon Conference Center building. Justice Singh says that these decisions were taken after all of the circumstances in light of the COVID-19 pandemic were considered, as well as the need for social distancing. The GCOM chair also advised that she has written to the Prime Minister and Chairman of the National COVID-19 Task Force, the Honorable Moses Nagamutu, with some specific requests. The Prime Minister, she informed, has since indicated that an urgent meeting of the task force would be convened to discuss same, and a response will be provided shortly. Now, in relation to solid waste management throughout Georgetown, let's tell you that His Worship the Mayor, Ubrach Ryan, has reported a sharp increase in household waste and a decline in commercial garbage. Nevertheless, the Mayor and City Council continues to function effectively. Shakil Bourne has the details.
25% of decline in commercial garbage, but 35 to 40% increase in household garbage.
The mayor was at the time speaking to InfoHub via conference call. Mayor Narayan says the system in place to remove household waste has progressed uninterrupted.
I can say at this present moment, we are working and we are working in a very soothing way. I am seeing no hiccups or infraction in the workflow in picking up garbage around the city.
Concerning sanitization of streets and markets within the capital, Mayor Narain says that process is so far effective.
I can say the vector control department spraying the markets. I think it's 2 or 3 times a week. We actually close the market for 2 p.m. so that people, our staff, can able to do their work after and get home before the curfew, which is 6 p.m.
The Solid Waste Director within the city will submit a report on Tuesday, April 21 to the City Council. Mayor Narain says the report will be reviewed to ascertain the strengths and weaknesses of the sanitization exercises in order to better protect the city against the spread of COVID-19. Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
Meanwhile, the Bartica Mayor and Town Council continues with its sanitation exercise in heavily populated communities, starting from 1st and 2nd Avenues.
Bartica Mayor Gifford Marshall said that while this exercise aims to reduce the spread of COVID-19, it is also the residents' responsibility to follow the necessary guidelines.
Now is not the time to go to the creek. Now is not the time to be at the beach. Now is not the time to be at the airstrip playing cricket. Now is the time for you to be at home. Find something meaningful to do and ensure that you keep yourself safe. And you being safe, your family will be safe, and then your community will be safe. The entire region and by extension the country will be safe.
The mayor also urged residents to dispose their waste in a safe manner, taking into consideration the safety of the sanitation workers. In addition, the council is currently creating a database to assist those who are directly affected by this crisis by unemployment. This process began on Wednesday, April 15th, and is set to be completed by next week.
At the end of this year, we all will stand strong, we all will stand united and as one people. And it would just be another crisis that we would have, been able to push on the side. So I believe the people of Bartica and Region 7 can do this. I believe that this challenging time, like the senior citizens would say, this too shall pass. And I believe that together we will remain strong.
Neola Damon, InfoHub.
The government has implemented a curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. as part of the measures to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. However, some persons may not fully understand what this means. Let's take a look at this short video before we return to the news. We hope that makes things a little clearer for you. Now back to the news. In spite of the constraints brought on as a result of COVID-19, operations of the 2 agro-processing facilities are still ongoing. This is according to General Manager of the New Guyana Marketing Corporation, Ida Seeley Abrams. More in this story.
Speaking extensively with InfoHub, the General Manager said that the packaging facilities are operating on a request basis.
If a request is made to have an exporter utilize any one of our facilities, whether it's Parika or Central Packaging Facility at Sofile, we will be offering this service.
Adams said the new GMC is preparing to facilitate a shipment next week to one of the regional markets. In terms of refrigerating services, she said the agency continues to meet the needs of its clients once requests are made.
We have our staff operating on a rotational basis because they have to go and visit, ensure the refrigerated containers are in operation at the temperatures that the service providers would have requested.
The corporation is encouraging clients who seek services at the Market Information Center to communicate via telephone or email.
So services such as provision of nutritional facts information, provision of the USDA, there is a registration that's done. We continue to offer the service once it is requested by our respective clientele.
Like other food agencies, while the new GMC's extension officers are working remotely, they continue to serve stakeholders in their assigned catchment area. Adams highlighted that the closure of the ports in Guyana has hindered exports to a number of countries. However, she noted that the corporation is hoping to have exports being done via sea once exporters express the need.
It's important to note also that many of our stakeholders or buyers over the period have been persons from the diaspora. When they visit, there are certain commodities that they will take. With flights not being in operation, what we found, there was a significant reduction in the persons that entered the Guyana shop.
For InfoHub, I am Kelon Rover.
Good news in the tourism sector. Newly established tourism promotion company and local influencer Tourism Guyana, along with the Guyana Tourism Authority, have signed a memorandum of understanding. This is intended to pave the way for a new partnership to strengthen awareness of Destination Guyana and drive market demand amongst local and international travelers. In the MOU signed on April 16, the two organizations have agreed to share information on events, ideas, images, and other content, and align their efforts to further improve the promotion of Guyana as a leading sustainable destination that offers world-class nature, culture, and adventure experiences. Both agencies are currently working from home and practicing social distancing. That did not stop the signing, which was a digital affair. Brian Millis, director of the Guyana Tourism Authority, said the entity values its partnerships with all local influencers and is pleased to add Tourism Guyana to its extended network of marketing partners. As the country fights against the deadly coronavirus, Guyanese who are home during this time are being urged by the family and primary care physician, Dr. Saskia Sertimer, to engage in healthy eating, daily physical activity, and meditation to keep their immunity and overall well-being in check. Ayana George brings us the details.
Family and primary care physician Dr. Saskia Sertimer is urging Guyanese who are at home during this time to place much emphasis on the physical, emotional, social and spiritual aspects of their lives and most importantly their health. She was speaking during a telephone interview with InfoHub.
All 5 of these components will enable a person to truly live each day in the healthiest, happiest way possible. And if one of these areas is compromised, most likely other areas will be as well. Therefore, achieving balance should be your goal.
Dr. Sertimer explained that adequate physical activity and rest of up to 7 or 8 hours sleep nightly will make the body less susceptible to viruses.
Being at home, I know that you'll be tempted to indulge in the wrong food choices or overeating. You are encouraged to control your portion sizes at this time. Eat more fruits and vegetables, decrease your salt intake, drink more water instead of sweetened beverages. Since the children are at home from school, teach them the difference between everyday snacks such as fruits and occasional snacks such as cookies and sweets.
She encouraged persons to continue taking all their prescribed medications, especially if they are diabetic or hypertensive, and to keep in touch with their creative sides, be entertained, read and practice meditation. For InfoHub, Ayana George.
The Ministry of Social Protection wishes to advise the public that commencing Monday, April 20, 2020, the collection of public assistance or senior citizens coupon books, as well as the stamping of public assistant booklets, will be facilitated between the hours of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. These measures are taken to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus and is designed to safeguard the beneficiaries of social assistance. Remember to do your part to ensure that you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, please seek medical attention early, but call that hotline first. That's all for today. Connect with us on our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. Also, subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge reports are up next. Stay safe, stay clean, sanitize. Goodbye for now.